Today we're going to look at 3 simple and fun back-to-school activities. Hey there, I'm Charlotte with Colorful Teaching for You. Thank you so much for joining me. And the reason we're looking at back-to-school activities is because I know there's a need for us to cover so much of curriculum, but when we focus on curriculum and we steer away from back-to-school activities, we actually start to hurt ourselves, our students, and our classroom environment. What am I talking about? Well, when we focus on back-to-school activities, we're actually looking at getting to know our children and also having our children get to know each other. And when they start to get to know each other, they form a trust that they wouldn't form if we don't do this. It is incredibly important to build that trust, that care, and that love right from the get-go. So your children know that you are there for them and that they have a classroom full of friends who are there to support them whenever they need it. This helps raise their social, emotional, academic, mental, physical health. And it also enables them to want to achieve because they feel motivated to be in your class and engage in your class, which is really very important and what we want for them. So the first week of school should really be focused on back to school activities, community building, and then after that we can focus on everything else because a curriculum won't matter if we don't focus on this. In the end, what's going to end up happening is we're going to be focusing so heavily on classroom management and behavioral management because we didn't set that environment right from the get-go. So let's start with that right now, okay? The first activity that you can do, and it could be a quick bell ringer actually for when kids get into your class, is engage in creativity. So I have some awesome coloring pages that you can totally download. I'll link to it in the description, where you can have your children actually choose different pages that they want. They can color, they can engage in writing, they can engage in just drawing activities, and then when class starts you could take that a step further and have them share in small groups or in a whole class, or you can even do a gallery walk with them, and there's a variety of activities that you could use, one per day of your beginning of your class or school year, right? So first one, engage in creativity. The second one is talk to each other. So here you can grab my free getting to know each other activity, and you can find that in my free resource library at www.colorfulteachingforyou.com/freebies. Colorful has a U in it, and I will link to it in the description. What you're going to do is, I've got pages, and this is more for the older children, so I would say like upper primary, intermediate children, where you're having them write about themselves, you're having them share with each other so that they get to know each other, and you're walking around and listening to what they have to say so you get to know them. They can also then do a full class discussion if that's what you choose, but this allows you to get to know where your child is coming from and really delve deeply into who they are and what they're about. And this also allows children to see the connections between themselves so that they can make new friends. All right. The third one is play games together. I mean, children love to play games, so why not indulge in it, right? So what you're going to do is play games like About Me Bingo, Would You Rather, Hunting for a Friend, and so much more. And you can find all of these games in my icebreaker, back to school icebreaker activity, and all you need to do for it is print it and give it to the kids, or you would use it, and that's it. You don't need anything else. So these are different ways that I use to build classroom climate or classroom space for my kids, and just a nice warm and loving space for them. So let's recap really what we talked about: the relevance of implementing back to school strategies so that we're not focusing on the curriculum but on our students, how to implement the 3 strategies we talked about, and the 3 strategies are engage in creativity, number 2 is talk to each other, and number 3 is play games together, right? So we're creative, we're talking, and then we're taking it a step further and having fun and playing games together. Now, if you want Number 2 is obviously free, so you can grab it from the free resource library. Number 1 and 2, if you want to save, it's already fairly inexpensive, but if you want to save even more, then I have it packaged into a bundle and it is 20% off. So I will link to that in the description as well. And in the meantime, thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions at all about how to create a nurturing classroom environment for your students, please do feel free to reach out. In the meantime, remember to create, experience, and teach from the heart. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care.